Cheers, good. Thanks. Opinions, it's all about opinions, and I don't, I think everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everyone knows where my opinion is. I don't know whether, that doesn't mean to say I trust Sam. It doesn't mean to say I don't trust him. One thing that is certain is if we're divided, we're easy to conquer. And no matter what your opinion is, we've got to be as one unit when we go out there, when we support the team, and whenever we do anything. Yes, we can have debate, and you can be democratic about it, and you've got to respect other people's views. As long as you put your view across in a proper manner and respond in a proper manner, instead of being, trying to force people's views on each other. I think that's okay. But as fans, we cannot be split. We're a small nation, and if you split up the core, which is what's happening at the moment, we're easy to conquer. So we're open to predators and open to being abused. Where my stance is on this is there is no one in the 38 years now, I think. I'm trying to suss my age out. Yeah. 38 years I've been following Cardiff. Probably Bob Grogan is the closest chairman that ever did anything for Cardiff, and then he had all them ground improvements shoved on him and couldn't spend anything on the team. And I'm sure if he didn't have to knock the Grange line down and do that, he would have brought some good players in. But in that time, nobody's ever stepped forward. We've had rumours of David Sullivan and other people, but they've never ever come off. This bloke come into the club, he come in with baggage. He hasn't, people think that I'm a yes man, and I'm not. I know his background, I know where he's from. He's from a totally different culture to us. He's Arabic, we're European, so he's from a different upbringing altogether. Looks at life totally different. What we have got is we've got hope and a dream while he's here, and I still believe he's in this for himself and Cardiff City. I still believe he's in it for Cardiff City, but mainly himself. He wouldn't have come here. Let's all be honest. He's a businessman. He's made his money through dealing in First Oil and engineering, and now through owning football clubs. And he's come here to actually make some money. And we all agree, if we got a stadium and we got a football club, that's the most important thing. Peter Morgan said a thing to me on Saturday. He said, at what cost will the stadium be? If we haven't got a football club, i.e. fans fighting, no team, no spirit, it won't be worth it probably. But if we can stick together and we get a stadium, we got somewhere we can kick on from. Most teams, with the exception of possibly Huddersfield, have had stadiums, even the ones that were in the lower divisions, and they are all slowly working their way to the top two divisions. Hull City are on their way up. Looks like they're going to get promoted this year. You've had Stoke who went down, Reading who had a couple of seasons down there. They've all come back because they've got new stadiums and a means for them to make income off the field, not just on it. Because the players don't make money anymore. Manchester United is the way they're packaged, and there is nobody within Wales interested in football who is able to front that. And Sam Aman can. He knows, he got contacts all over the world. Everyone who can in Wales is involved in rugby. They're not interested in football, and that's where my stance is. I believe he loves football. I believe he loves Cardiff City. I'm not saying he doesn't now. Obviously that's dented because he's broken promises. I'm not going to sit here and defend promises he's made. We won't sell our best players. We'll have £10 million as soon as the stadiums are up, is announced. None of them have come to fruition, but he's our only hope that we got left. And if we alienate him, my fear is we'll have, I'm sure there'll always be a Cardiff City, but we'll just have to carry on going. I'll still support him in the third division, but it would be nice for us to be up there punching our weight with the best clubs in Britain and Europe. And I believe as a capital city, as South Wales has been absolutely decimated throughout the years, from if you have a look at the way they've shut the mines, the steelworks, it was always our area first, absolutely decimated the valleys, the manufacturing base, closed us down all the time. We're always the first area to be closed down. And as a nation, we deserve that. We absolutely deserve it. And I can't see anyone, I've never seen anyone on the horizon to give us any hope towards that. I think there'll be more players to go. I'll be a bit more open than Gwyn, even if he does get a date, because there's no money. I believe he's a proud man, but he won't come out and say he hasn't got any money. I don't think he has. And he's going to make some tough decisions, which I won't like, you won't like, and it's all about holding our nerve. I may end up looking absolutely, totally idiotic at the end of it, but at least I could have said I lived it and I went through it big time. And I don't mind putting myself up on a pedestal to be shot down. You know, that's my choice. But I think it's the only choice we got is Sam, and there's no one there, no one else there at all in Wales or outside of Wales who's interested in Cardiff City Football Club. The current directors were in charge before Sam came, and we were in a no spin, we were going down. So, you know, as I say, what myself and Gwyn would like is obviously some ideas if it does go tits up, which it could do, and it's, as you see around the country, you know, most football clubs and our supporters trusts, that is an option that we could take. But what we want is a united front, and what as fans, because you've all got your opinions and I respect them all, you know, and I can understand, you know, the media's a massive thing, Back in the Middle Ages, it was religion, whatever religion said, you know, she's a witch killer, you know, and then it was like you had the English Civil War. In modern times, when people look back in 100 years, 200 years, this will be the time of the media. And a lot of you woke up on Friday morning to 6 players gone by 12 o'clock. Sam siphoned £6 million out the club, and he's on his way to America, which none of it turned out to be true. And I don't blame you for taking the decisions you made. You know, a lot of people read that and they read what they believe and hear that, and you know that, you know, you're not privileged like the likes of myself, Gwyn, and others. You know, you don't get information not only from Sam but from other people within the club, and I can understand why you turned, but until all the facts, that was all speculation. If you listen to what they're saying, none of it was a fact. It was all they were saying, might, and this and that. So all I'd say in the future, just try and read between the lines and think, well, is it fact? You know, I know it's difficult with the way, because he's upset a lot of press and media, and they're out to get him as well. But what we want is, what do you want? You know, what do you want? I've been a couple of people have had a go at me on the internet, which is fair enough. I don't mind that, quite rightly so, because they see me in Sam's corner, and I am in Sam's corner. You know, to say I'm fully behind him, not fully behind him, would be lying. I am. I've just said I am. But I do listen to other people's views, and the majority of the supporters club people who've spoken to me, although they don't trust Sam fully, they're similar opinion to probably myself, that they can't see no other alternative, and that is the vast majority, and that's 70 or 80% of them. There are supporters club members who said he's this, he's that, and the other, but I'm reflecting the view of the majority. Now, if the majority was the other way, I would go out in the press and say that, and I would only give my opinion if asked, you know, which is I'd still be in his corner. But if anyone got anything, I don't know, you've got pen and paper there, Gwyn, we'll write some ideas down, try and take them forward. The other thing, we've asked a lot of stiff questions in meetings. I know Chris was in on one of Chris with Sam on a Friday. Peters was there Friday evening and on Friday afternoon. And you know, we don't just roll over. I know people think, oh, we're just Sam's mouthpiece. Gwyn, myself, you know, we do give him a hard time, you know, but what we don't do is come out and say it on the internet and that, you know, we do it, as I say, in a democratic and fair way. I'm not one for spreading rumour and gossip. If there's something that needs to get out there, then get out there, great. But until it's fact, it's a bit difficult to report on it, you know, and but, you know, if we can have stuff, any ideas off you, and if you've got any questions, we will try and answer them the best we can.
Could I just say something as well? Let me say something. I just thought of it then. We say about the yes men or whatever, and anyone come to the meeting on Friday, we all asked him some awkward questions. But the big Sam couldn't come on Friday at a funeral. He couldn't come in, but he didn't want to come in the night. He wanted to speak to him. Sam phoned us up to go to breakfast with him on Saturday morning to have a chat. I couldn't go, and Vince was away, whatever. So he phoned Big Sam 4 times. You got to come down. And Big Sam didn't want to go and see him. So finally went down. Terry was in. He came back. Said, Big Sam walked in the room. The first thing Big Sam said to him, I want to rip you a fucking head off, you are a twat. Now, I don't sound much like a yes man, right? That's how we started off. He argued the cause, right? But that's how passionate we all feel, right? But, you know, if that's yes men, we got to be able to do things, but please don't think, yeah, they all play us, right? They all play us, but don't think it's yes men. We ask questions, you know, whether we get the right answer, I don't know, but I call your word now, man.
Yeah, you probably know I got a slightly different view to the boys, but I will say this, that Gwyn and Vince, you can rely on Gwyn and Vince. I can tell you that now, because they're the most ardent Cardiff fans. I mean, you might not agree with their views, but, you know, you've got to, my view is slightly different, you know. I think now that Sam have lost his credibility with everybody, no matter what happens. But the problem is, I know for a fact that Sam have got a capability of ruining the club totally. And if they are right in after what they said, that if we alienate Sam completely, that he could just run this club down over Madrid years until there's no support left. He could just get rid of all the players. We'll go down to 6,000, 3,000. He could just shoot off to whatever, never be seen again, and quietly run the club down that way. That's one way he could ruin the club. Another way, I don't know any other way he could do it. You know, I mean, I just don't think there's nobody going to come in and rescue us. That's why we need to, I don't say support him, but we need to stay with him at this time, even though it's, well, it's the only option. I can't honestly see any other option. We could think of 100 fans' plans or whatever. But if he wants to ruin this club, if we make him that bitter and twisted, which he can get, then we will have no options left open to us. And that's what my worry is. And that's why a Sam campaign out, it to me would be totally, all we'd be actually doing is, you know, if we had what we wished for in the end, you just shut the club down. You know, we wouldn't have a club, and that's why you've got to understand where the lads are coming from. They've got to sleep with the enemy sometimes, and they've got to support openly. But this is just my opinion. I'm not speaking on behalf of the RAMS or anybody else. But what I will say is you must support. Gwyn and Vince would never do nothing to hurt the football club, and I can swear to that in my kids' lives they wouldn't do that. You know, and neither would I. You know, and well, neither would any of us. But I'm just really worried at the moment what's going to happen. If any, you know, I know what happened when Carver went in reaction. That caused, and I know what reaction would be caused if other players went as well. And you know, and then I know how hated Sam is going to get. You know, but what options have we got, lads, and what are we going to do? And this is why you got to think before you act. I'm glad nobody ran on a pitch Saturday, because that was my main concern. We're going to lose points. I thought somebody was going to beat Sam. What was I going to do? 2 minutes, we're going to get locked up. We got to think over what we're doing, because we've got to use our heads.